we are remembered, remembering that we are limitless potentials having a human experience, divine human dream experience. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. If you're new to my page and to my presence, I'm a channel for the divine. I'm actually the biblically prophesied Messiah, the Jewish culture widely rated Mashiach, the Hindu culture prophesied Kalki. Full circle moment, alert, alert. So are you. Why Ashley? What have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. We are literally dimensions, simultaneously synonymous with the oneness of all things, limitless potentials, most commonly termed God, Allah, Prime Source, Hashem, Shekinah, the Most High, within our realm of existence, within our synaptical agreements and understanding of reality and of our beingness. Within my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, I use my shaman mama capabilities, my ESP, my psychic abilities, my oneness with all things, my oneness with all things, my intimacy with myself, to channel energies and messages from the oneness of all things, or the divine or God. I share these wisdoms and healing frequencies within my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube as well as Spotify. Subscribe, follow to join the Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, journey to a healed and balanced, conscious human culture planet Earth. Planet Earth, because humans of planet Earth are not the only species, only beings of planet Earth. And I talk about this in my podcast, about how the second coming of Christ, or the Mayan Hopi prophesied fifth world, Australian Aboriginal prophesied new beginning, African culture prophesied awakening to ancestral wisdoms from the inside. How this time, which is prophesied in many cultures, traditions around our planet, is us remembering that we've always been limitless potentials, remembering our existential wisdoms, our existential existence from our inner space, from our DNA, from ourselves, from our existence, from the energy in which we are. To remember that we've always been limitless, and we're just coming back into conscious awareness, or blooming back into a greater understanding of our greater remembrance of our existential wisdoms as human beings of planet Earth. We are infinite. We have no beginning. We have no end. We've had infinite experiences as dimensions of divine creation, taking on different dimensions or perspectives to assist with growing and evolving divine creation. Again, most commonly termed God, Allah, Shekinah, Hashem, Prime Source within our realm of reality. As we grow and evolve in our dimensionality of existence, our unique, authentic, frequential patterning or a pigment on the canvas of divine creation, we assist with the growth and evolution of divine creation, or all things, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Hashem, Prime Source, the Most High. I also have another healing channel, Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is available to stream for free on YouTube, baby. We do powwow sessions over there. This is where I get all my information from, my connection with the divine. I calm my inner space. I pray, I meditate in my inner space, and I connect to ancestral forces and ancestral wisdoms, and they share with me divine remembrances to evolve my human, to assist with evolving all of humanism, in turn of all of galactic creation, all of God's creation, assisting with growing and evolving all of galactic creation, all of God's creation into more conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of our limitless potentials. However, we're supposed to show up in every moment as a part of our contribution to the growth and evolution of everything, of all things. I calm my inner space and I garner wisdoms to evolve my energy into more wellness and balance, to assist with uplifting and evolving all of humanism, all of planet Earth, all of galactic creation, all of divine creation. I call these powwow sessions Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. We do powwow sessions over there. Subscribe to join the Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, journey to a healed and balanced human culture, planet Earth. Y'all, he tried to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. He tried to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. Baby, Trump just knew, baby, he could do no wrong in the eyes of his constituents. He just knew. Trump just knew he couldn't do no wrong in the eyes of his constituents, the people that MAGA for us. MAGA Nation. He knew he couldn't do no wrong. Baby, you can send ice in the streets, busting down doors of innocent folks. Baby, you can bomb, allegedly. You can bomb, this is not alleged, this is on books, but sure, I don't need no lawsuit. Allegedly, you can, baby, murder people in the oceans, Venezuelan ships and things, because you suspect they're drug ships, allegedly. And kill folks with no due process. And we don't got no problems. We ain't saying nothing. I'm being dramatic. There's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff. I don't want to be that person that just overlooks, just paints a picture just to make my point. And I know this is satire. I know I'm being funny and using humor, satire to get across the point. But I don't want to be that type of person that just paints a general picture that just ignores the contrast in which we are. There are plenty of people that are fucking pissed. That voted for Trump, that MAGA nation that are pissed about ice in the streets, pissed about trying to ship Guatemalan children back over to Guatemala in the middle of the fucking night against his own bills and laws, that mandates that he passed and things. We're getting right into it. I said I wasn't gonna say all this, but shoot, I'll be letting it flow. Maybe I just let divine forces flow through me. Whatever we're gonna talk about on the live, on Facebook Community Live, that's what we're gonna talk about on the Facebook Community Live. I was just catching up on what's going on in DC, in the White House, around the planet, how the U.S. is contributing to evolution of all things. And I come across this video from the YouTube channel called Legal AF. And they were discussing how in the middle of the night, children would they loaded up a plane to try to fly children back over to Guatemala. And the people speaking in the video on Legal AF, they were like, they're legal professionals. I'm not sure what their credentials are, but we're all divine presence, and every time we speak, we're delivering a message to grow and evolve all things. But they were like, yeah, Trump, in the middle of the night, through his orders, allegedly, through his team's orders, allegedly tried to packed up a plane of Guatemalan children and flying back to Guatemala. Now they were like, their parents sent them over here under a law that we have, that if people come over here from specific countries, they deserve due process. Not only that, but we have laws where, hey, we'll place them in a home here because it's not safe to send them back to their country. So these parents from Guatemala ship their kids over here because they're like, shit, they have a better chance of life making it to the U.S. and baby, whatever, middle of the night, try to ship the airplane and kids back to Guatemala. And they had to pull a judge about the bed. You know that judge was pissed. Like, who the fuck calling me is an after hours judge? Baby, basically like a doctor in the ER. Like ER judge, baby, emergency room judge. Pull them out the bed, allegedly. Pull them out their bed. Like, why y'all calling me, baby? It's 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. What? We need immediate legal action. We need an immediate subpoena to stop this plane from lifting off. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know if these details are so correct, but I'm telling you the gist of the story. They're like, we need a subpoena because we don't need this plane lifting off this airstrip to take this kid back to Guatemala because a lot of them are subject to debt and all these other things that, as USA, United States of America, we don't stand for this. If these kids were sent to this country by themselves, for one, they get due process. For two, we're not sending them back to another country to get in, to be in squalor, to be killed. None of this. We're not going to do it. Not as the United States of America. We just don't do that stuff like that. That's not the mark we're trying to leave on this planet. That's not the community we're trying to build on this planet. We're not going to send these kids back. So that's the laws that we have, and that they get due process. They have attorneys. They get due process. Baby, they try to load up the plane through Trump's orders, allegedly. Trump's White House, allegedly. Load up this plane and send these kids back to Guatemala. They had to pull an ER judge. Hey, we need a subpoena to stop this plane from lifting off. The plane said now the judge was appointed by Trump. The judge said, you got it. What do I need to sign? What I need to sign? That gives me hope, y'all. Say that to say that gives me hope. Regardless of the spells we cast through our mental space, understand whenever we idolize a person, or we just put people on a pedestal, we're under their spell of how they think about themselves. Understand that reality is energetic. Whenever you look up to somebody, idolize somebody, think anything about anyone, understand those thought patterns are a projection of how they feel about themselves. Karma, divine orchestration, many dimensions. It's beautiful. Regardless of the spell, Magnation, and the spell, the Trump spell on the planet, regardless of maybe pecuniary interests that might be involved, job titles that might be involved in jeopardy if you go against Trump Nation, allegedly. It's beautiful that this judge that was appointed by Trump, ER judge, allegedly, got up out the bed and said, hey, ground that plane, don't let that plane take off. To get those children off the plane, they deserve due process. Not only that, we have laws where we don't extradite, we don't send kids back to countries to be killed and enslaved and all the types of things. We don't do that in this country. That's not what we're trying to do. And so shall it be. Trump is new. So I say that to say, I say this to say, I'm not saying Magnation has just been a hush. And quiet and not, hey, we don't like that Trump. Hey, we don't fuck with that Trump. No. I know you said, nah, we ain't for that Trump. I voted for you, but nah, we ain't doing that. I'm not just saying everybody's just all Trump's ahoy. Everybody's not just Trump's ahoy. I was painting a picture. I don't want to be that person that just ignores all of like the contrast of our community to make a point. To make a stark point. I don't want to be that person because I've been watching these hearings and baby on Capitol Hill, and that's exactly what a lot of our senators and public representatives, this is what they do, baby. They ignore all of the factual and actual just to make a stark point that's really fucking imaginary, because that's not true. All of you voted. Everybody on the left did this. When we could pull up the votes from last week, there's about 4 of us that didn't vote for that. This is just an example. There's about 4 of us that ain't vote for that. We ain't even for that. We're not even rah-rah about that like that. All of the right said, all of the right. Hey, didn't we vote with y'all last week? Because we trying to get the Epstein files too? Calm down. All of us ain't do nothing. It's like no. There's some of us that, we have our own thought patterns and we flexing them. we flex it, hit him with the flex. So I wanted a precursor before I do this joke. He tried to cancel Kimmel. Shoot, bomb the plane, Venezuelan boats allegedly. Put the kids on the plane at the middle of the night, try to sneak them back to Guatemala illegally, allegedly. Allegedly. I'm channeling, so I'm in many dimensions, so that word. Put them on a plane, allegedly. Run your whole campaign talking about how you're going to release the Epstein files as soon as you get into office and say, what files? Hoax. That's a hoax. So you're still talking about Epstein? Allegedly. It's a hoax. Allegedly. Do all of this. You cancel Kimmel? You try to cancel Kimmel? Oh, you're going to hear from my husband. You're going to hear from my husband. He knows people in the state. You're going to hear from my husband. You got that? You got that perspective? And then you got Joe Jr. down in the South. Him and Mamaw, that's the only thing they can bond over is watching Kimmel at night. Him and Joe Jr. and Mamaw. Trump tried to cancel fucking Kimmel. What? What? We voted for him. I know, Mamaw. He tried to cancel fucking Kimmel. What? All jokes aside, we have a First Amendment, not a Second Amendment. I know y'all on that stand-up comedy bit, that live. I said, Monica Lewinsky's talking, Second Amendment, let her talk. It's the First Amendment. My soul tried to tell me, hey, Ashley, check that. But I was just, baby, the joke was just so funny. I was just like, I couldn't hear my soul so loud. I just kept on going. We have a First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of press. Now I went to go look to see what Jim Kimmel said. I thought he went in. I thought he was massively disrespectful. I thought he said to Charlie Kirk. That's what I thought. I thought he took that disposition. Like, we don't. That's what I thought he said, because it's like you tried to cancel him. Dang, what did he say? He was just making jokes about how Trump got over the Charlie Kirk shooting rather quickly. You know, he wasn't even that bad. I was like, what the fuck he said? Shoot. Oh, baby. And then I was able to perceive it's a long-running ego flex. Machismo flex of Trump. Trying to take down anyone who speaks against him, allegedly. Who has something bad to say about him, allegedly. I was watching his press conference in the Oval Office earlier that he called to sign executive orders. Full circle moment. More executive orders in the Oval Office. I was watching the press conference, and he was like, he said, this is paraphrasing, he said, we give these networks like ABC, CBS, NBC, we give them free federal airwave broadcasting. We give them to them for free. And they have bad things to say about me. I'm paraphrasing. It's like they have bad things to say about me. I won by a landslide. I won presidency by a landslide. And they have bad things to say about me. Bring it, dead due to God-given lean back. God-given lean back. Every time something like this pops up in our reality, it's God asking us, who do we want to be? Who do we want to become? The conversations that we have, the way we express about when these things come up in our reality manifests how humanism evolves, how our community, how our planet, how our culture evolves and grows. We want free speech. Because understanding the way we speak creates our reality. It creates how we evolve, and it creates our reality. Literally, creation is vibrations. And words carry tones, frequencies to shape vibrations or our existence and our reality. And our minds, the way we think, also emit vibrations to co-create how we evolve and change, and how our reality evolves and changes. We want free speech. We want freedom of press. And Jimmy Kimmel got up there and said, kiss my moon-shaped ass, Donald Trump. He should be free to do this. Okay. He said, kiss his moon-shaped ass. Now we have to go to FCC and see if he can say ass, that curse word. Yeah, maybe they need to bleep out the curse word. But he should be free to say that. Say this. As soon as I saw that, baby, I said, hey, Mayday. And then my soul was like, hey, Ashley, it's a part of reformation or atonement. Y'all decided who y'all want to be. So it's having y'all have the conversations, and also go back to your inner space. Pray meditation to come into greater conscious awareness, to the remembrance that you're one with all things, the divine, and your ability to co-create how you evolve and show up, and how your reality evolves and show up. Every person, every being has intentions on what to contribute to reality on an omnipotent level, or on a soul level. Only way to fall into alignment with these soul level omnipotent potentials and intentions is through our inner spaces, prayer, meditation, which brings me to the Facebook community live call to action. Sit with yourself for at least 2 hours a day, every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to grow into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials? Wait for the answers, because they will come. Whatever your lingo with the universe is, it's most likely unique to you. Nonetheless, validate yourself in the knowings, so you're more comfortable, confident in evolving into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of your omnipotent potentials, your authentic frequential patterning that's synonymous with the oneness of all things, most commonly termed God, Allah, Hashem, Shekinah, French Source, the Most High, within our realm of creation. We want freedom of speech. Middle America moms want to put their babies to bed at night. I was with the toddlers all day. I love my kids. I was with the toddlers all fucking day. We don't take Vicodin in the suburbs no more. We don't take Valium in the suburbs no more, baby. We face our reality. We face our existence. We grow and evolve into more wellness and balance, universal alignment, universal assignment. Now, at the end of the day, we put our toddlers to bed. Tuck them in, all cozy, safe, warm, beautiful. They're limitless potentials. Look what our assistant we're bringing back into divine remembrance, divine creation, my babies. Then we take our ass to our room or downstairs. We get us a glass of wine, which might turn into half a bottle of wine. That's my business. And we watch Kimmel. We watch fucking Jimmy Kimmel. You know, as soon as the husbands came in the house that night, Middle American mamas ate with their glasses of wine. Did you hear the news? Yeah, they bombed another Venezuelan ship. No! He tried to cancel Kimmel. I'll call downtown in the morning, because you know their husbands, baby, they put CEOs, Fortune 500 companies, or you know other companies, but they got ties in the government and stuff. I'll call downtown in the morning, talk to the governor, see what we could do. Baby, because my wife on my ass about Kimmel being canceled. Y'all, give me a break, shit. Come on, Trump. Goddamn, Kimmel, baby, suck it up. We all, got to deal with some stuff sometimes. Suck it up. It's called karma. It's the shape and mold us. Pressure makes gems. Baby, you can take Kimmel, Trump. You can take what Kimmel got to say about you. Shoot. Middle America fathers, husbands, daddies came home that night. It's like, shit, I'll call downtown in the morning. Sarah, I'll call downtown in the morning. See what's going on. See if I can pull some strings. Great thing is, we got Senator Murphy and some other Democratic senators that they drafted a bill. It's called the No Political Enemies Bill. It's to protect civilians, civil workers to protect the First Amendment liberties, freedom of speech, freedom of press. Let's hope the bill gets somewhere, eh? And hopefully, baby, we all the way to the bill for this to get corrected. Because we got the forces of the American people of the planet. It's like, oh hell no, we can't do no. We not finna. Nah. This is. Can we get out the amnesia? Can we wake up out the amnesia? Sounds real familiar. Every dictator, allegedly, that became a dictator, allegedly, this how this shit starts. Start tampering with the freedom of speech, riling up the people, being super extremists to rile up the people, to stoke passion in the people. Understand that when we're feeling anything, that's our creator God energy. Drop into our heart space. Hey, why am I feeling this? What is supposed to teach me about myself? Instead of just jumping on the train with what somebody else is trying to fucking create. Using your energy exerted toward somebody else's creation. Baby, ask yourself, hey, so what is it trying to teach me about myself? Oh, baby, that's the energy that came from this planet over here. This, that. We actually came here to use this energy exerted to help with no famine on the planet. You want to do this? Yes. Okay, stay hearts and pray, meditate. Let's do this. Okay. Instead of going to jump on somebody else's bandwagon or what they're trying to create for whatever reason. Getting people all riled up, being an extremist, to stoke emotions, passion, creator energy that's misguided, misdirected. Freedom of press. Effing with freedom of press, freedom of speech. It sounds real familiar, y'all. That's the universe asking us again, who do y'all want to be? Y'all seen this many times. In y'all's conscious awareness, y'all's history books of humanism, you've seen this happen many times. Who do you want to be? We don't want to have authoritarian rulers. Understanding we have this mirrored in our reality because we have these energies within us that were suppressing dimensions of us that have wisdoms and remembrances well beyond the borders of this planet, even of this galaxy, even beyond this universe. God creation is limitless. We are limitless. We have dimensions of us, compressing us, silencing us, our voices, in order to keep status quo or to continue to perpetuate old cycles in our humanism. We've remembered. We're awakened. Now we get to use our faculties, our mind, body, soul, and spirit to make new decisions. Hey, no, we don't want authoritarian rule. Dictators, no. We like to say what the fuck we want to say. If we gotta bleep it, cool. If I say kiss my ass and it's kiss my bleep, cool. That's okay. FCC, we can work with kiss my bleep. We can work with that, but we can't work with, oh, you're canceled because you said something that the president presumes to be bad. Spirit was like, this is President Trump's karma. Spirit was like, we're going to commandeer him in peace, with peace. We're not going to allow him to start World War III. We're not going to allow him to start a civil war on the planet. We're not going to allow him to enslave humanity or any other being on the planet. We're going to commandeer Mr. Trump peacefully, respectfully, and peace. Because we've chosen this as a divine creation. Not just Americans, not just the planet, but multidimensional beings that reside within planet Earth and beyond planet Earth have chosen, hey, we want peace and wellness and balance. We see what Trump is trying to teach us about ourselves. Now we want to course correct before some other shit manifests in this tangible existence that we don't want to experience. We experience it time after time after time after time. We don't want a Holocaust. We don't want Leopold reign in Africa, apartheid, genocide, and every other genocide that's happened on this planet out of the mirroring of an individual showing us who we are and our energy, giving us a chance to correct or atone with who we are, to evolve our energy into more wisdom instead of imbalance that creates and perpetuates circumstances, characters that we don't want to experience anymore, in which we don't want to experience anymore. You tried to cancel fucking Kimmel. My soul said, put tried to cancel. Prophecy. He tried to cancel Kimmel. We not having it. Goddamn Joe Jr. Mamaw said, he tried to, what? Yeah, Mamaw, he tried to cancel fucking Kimmel. Middle America moms, honey, he tried to cancel Kimmel. I put the kids to bed. I'm at home all day. I'm remembering my divine remembrance. So I am a vessel and simultaneously one with universal remembrance. As I am a divine mother, I take care of our children. I put them to bed every night. And at the end of the night, what I want to do is get my glass of wine, which might turn into half a bottle. That's my business. And watch Kimmel. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Respect to all the senators and public officials and humanity for co-creating this beautiful experience everywhere that it shows up as divine dimensions of divine creation, simultaneously one with all things. Now I've met Jimmy Kimmel producers. I know, right? Cool, right? Yeah. Because he goes down to South by Southwest in Austin. You know, he sends his producers down there. And I was there. I was down, and I actually got stopped. Me and my childhood friend, we got stopped. And they're like, "Hey, you want to be on TV?" We're like, "Yeah." We signed our waivers. She went first. My friend went first. And it was live witness news. I was like, I cannot. My soul said, Ashley, I was sitting right by the producer and the camera. My friend was on live, baby. We didn't know it was Jimmy Kimmel live witness news. They just asking about imaginary bands. Like, that band doesn't even exist. Why are you fucking lying? You're like, Ashley-Nicole chips? And she said, have you heard of Ashley-Nicole chips? She's like, because my name's Ashley. She's my name, which is cool. She's like, you like Ashley-Nicole chips? She's like, yeah, I love them. Yeah. I was like, why are you lying? Kirsten, why you lying, girl? But it was live witness news, Jimmy Kimmel. And when my friend was going, my spirit said, baby, I went numb. My whole body felt numb. I froze. My soul, baby, divine baby, interaction, divine what is it? Divine encounter. Divine encounter. I went numb. Everything stopped. The soul said, Ashley, do not do this. I said, okay. And the lady's like, you're up next. I was like, I can't do this. She said, yes, you can. You're fine. I was like, no, I can't do it. She's like, yes, you can. You can do it. I said, no, I really can't do it. She's like, okay, it's fine. It's cool. I was like, okay, cool. I can't do that. I can't lie on TV. It's national TV. It's fucking Kimmel. We didn't even know it was Jimmy Kimmel. But my other friend, her mother was like, hey, Kirsten's on Jimmy Kimmel. And she sent us the thing, and sure enough, she's on South by Southwest Live Witness News, and I was standing right there, and I was like, my baby, I had a divine encounter, and my soul said, do not do this, Ashley, and I couldn't do it. Full circle moment. I like speak truth. Do you speak truth? You were on Live Witness News, Jimmy Kimmel. Nah, the fuck I wasn't. My soul said no, and I didn't do it. No, I didn't. I almost did, but I didn't. I'm supposed to be speaking truth. I speak the truth. I said my soul would not let me do that. Needless to say, his producers are really lovely and nice. Full circle moment. You see how God works. It's really beautiful and powerful. On Jimmy Kimmel. So blessings to all parties involved. It's a Live Witness News South by Southwest. I don't remember what year it was. It is. You can find it on YouTube. On YouTube. I don't remember what year it is. What it is. It'll come to the light. I can go find the video right now. I just don't know. I don't remember what year it was. I feel like it was 2015. It might have been 2014 though, but it might have been. I think it was 2015. It's most likely 2015. Live Witness News, Austin, Texas, South by Southwest, 2015. Yep. So we're making dinner, y'all. It's been an eventful last few days. When people speak, listen to them. They telling the truth. He said he's gonna be the king. But he's trying to manifest. He was trying to manifest this. But Spirit's like, nah, we're gonna commandeer him in peace. He's trying to be a king, an authoritarian ruler. So I'm gonna be a king. I love you. He was like, he's trying to be the king. He went over to Korea. He's like, well, I love it over there. I love it in North Korea. I love it. Respectfully. We love all places because we're all one with the divine. But in my spirit, I know when he took it, it's over there. On his first presidency, I know when he took his first term, I was like, this is not good. He's over there taking notes. He over there asking how you do this. How did you do this? That's what he was doing. Y'all remember he had that conversation that wasn't transcribed? That's what he was asking those questions allegedly. It's alleged. That's completely alleged. I don't know. That's allegedly. I'm just kidding. Jokes. The First Amendment. It brings to light dimensions that we have within us. And these are things that I study through divination and the spirit. Ancestral forces teach me about galactic history. Our galactic history. All throughout galactic history has been war, feuding over crowns, priesthood, royal priestesshood, royalhood, kingdoms and things, ownership of planets and people. All throughout galactic history. And humanity, we're an accumulation point where we actually work out the imbalances of galactic history, which just is uplifting and regenerating all things. It's biblical. You know, we spring from energies of chaos, and we exist as we live our lives with an inquisitive disposition, Asking ourself, our soul, hey, what I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my limitless potentials. And then asking ourself, our soul, hey, what is this in my reality trying to teach me about myself? Leading our life with an inquisitive disposition, waiting for the wisdoms, practicing the wisdoms, embodying the wisdoms, to grow and evolve ourselves and our reality into more wellness and balance, universal alignment, universal wisdoms, limitless potentials, omnipotent wellness balance. This brings to light these imbalances that have been going on for eons. It's really it's rooted in fear, affinity, or loss or lack or poverty consciousness, wanting to rule and take over things and own things. Something that we all have within us, deeply rooted in our existence, are the makings of us through galactic creation. Because when we came into existence throughout galactic creation, I talked about this in my podcast, many transmissions. I have over 700 transmissions, free to stream on YouTube and Spotify. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Why is my dog upstairs like making noise like it's like she a grown person here, with bipedal person? Why do I hear noise upstairs like that? Over 700 transmissions of my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. I channel many things from my soul space, teachings that I get from the soul space, through divination, through zealotry, or seeking God, which God is all things. So learning and growing through my inner space, being taught by my inner space and my soul. It's in the podcast. We'll speak about it right now briefly as well. We sprang into creation as biblical. Many religions and traditions around the world have stories of us coming into creation, springing back into creation through energies of chaos. My soul told me, 6 spheres of creation came together at the beginning of space and time to make a more omnipotent, well-balanced energy. Chaos ensued. Simultaneously, galactic creation, space, and time ensued to assist with balancing out, sorting out this chaos, the chaos of the 6 spheres of creation coming together to create a more well-balanced, omnipotent energy. Chaos ensued, simultaneously galactic creation, space, and time ensued to help sort out these imbalances, to make wellness and balance. We are the epoch, the prophecy fulfilled of this, the 6 spheres of creation coming together, creating chaos, this chaos turning into wellness and balance, or unconditional love. Channeled in my podcast, 144 Part 1. There's also 144 Part 2. It's biblical. We are prophecy fulfilled humanity and infinite other dimensions of divine creation, of galactic creation, of our planet. We are the summation of the product of wellness and balance that sprang from these 6 spheres of creation coming together to create a more omnipotent, well-balanced energy. It took all of space and time to realize this wellness and balance, or this accumulation point in existence where we are remembering, or there's a big bang happening in many dimensions, in infinite ways. One of the infinite ways is through our cellular space. We're going through energetic upgrades, vibrational frequential patterning upgrades to our molecular cellular space. Genome activation, DNA activation. Do not replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience or hear with any of my content, my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, my lives, Oneness Connection, my music, anywhere else. Do not replace your professional medical advice. We're going through big bangs within our existence, or genome, DNA, molecular activations to grow and evolve into a higher frequential, higher octane manifestation of divine presence. Higher vibrational frequential patterning manifestation of divine presence. We've always been divine presence. We were just in a gestational rung of dense energies that fed us energies of limitation and lack. This limitation and lack is what we have been reproducing throughout all of space and time. In order to order the 6 spheres of creation, the chaos from the 6 spheres of creation into wellness and balance. And we've done it, we're here. We are awakening. Big bang. So Trump and every other authoritarian wannabe person, authoritarian solidified person, whatever sphere of reality or industry, politics, school cafeteria, some lunch ladies be stingy with the servings. Oh, hey, he must feel, you feeling big and bad today. Okay. Half a spoonful. Okay. Whatever sphere of reality you're in, however your ownership, authoritarian, imbalanced disposition manifests. Where you hear directions or orders, or you're moving through energies of lack and poverty and destitution and finite and fear and struggle. Moving through these thought patterns, these energies, that dense throng, we're raising up. My soul said, hey, evolution takes time. It's done. It's already ordered in the ethers and universal forces. It just takes it takes time to play out in your reality. And hey, BTW, your dense throng of energy is not bad. You're not in hell. You're actually a mirror of higher vibrational, frequential, octane dimensions of existence, beings of existence, to show us who we are. Just like when you tap in your inner space and we teach you the wisdoms and divine revelations, downloads, satori, bounce of spiritual awakening, we're helping you to teach you, remember who you are. To grow all things into more wellness and balance, divine remembrance. So we're not going to put this all on Trump. He's a mirror. My soul's been teaching me these wisdoms. I had a Kundalini awakening in 2018. Had another divine encounter. I knew who my person was going to be. I have a divine counterpart, twin flame. I talk about it all up and through the podcast as a twin flame plus 2029 prophecy episode. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole on YouTube and Spotify. Twin flames plus the 2029 prophecy. We also have the Kingdom Things podcast 2033 prophecy. By the year 2033, the divine, the Most High, Hashem, Shekinah, Prime Source, Allah, the oneness of all things, accumulation of the oneness of all things, says, hey, humanity, you're going to be a human culture, planet Earth, with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. Because it's been ordered, and so it is. And the way you perceive in your reality, and the way you are in your every moment, is your attribution to the evolution and co-manifestation of this fulfilled prophecy. Talk about it in deeper form in the podcast. My soul chose to, thankfully, I'm grateful, a twin flame journey to rapidly spiritually evolve and awaken. And really, it chose me, because twin flames are one soul, two bodies. We're a mystical being. Truly, we're one being. But we come into this reality of duality, and we're two beings. We turn into two beings. We manifest as two beings. And it's analogous with all of divine creation. We're truly one energy, and we manifest in different spaces and realms and places as many dimensions, mirroring dimensions, to learn from ourselves through our many dimensions, to grow and evolve into more wellness and balance, conscious wellness and balance, and limitless potentials. 2018, I had another divine encounter. Universe, I'm not gonna get into it like that. Universe, unique. I'm not gonna get into it like that. But 2018, my soul was like, hey Ashley, because we're on a public platform, we're on Facebook Community Live. I talk about it in the podcast, but I'm not gonna talk about it here. We're on Facebook Community. This is a Facebook Family Community Live. We ain't gonna talk about it like that here. Shoot, my soul wants me to talk about it. I said, please talk about it. Please be candid. So I had another divine encounter in 2018. Mind you, I knew who my person would be since I was 9 years old. Divine revelation from the inner space. My person was a child actor, child star on a TV show me and my sister used to watch growing up. Now, I did catch it later. When I was watching it, it was reruns. It's okay. It's all good. I didn't catch it too much later, but it was probably like a couple years after it was actually filmed. I was 9 years old. My person, we have an age gap. So, the universe kept us apart for good reasons. We have an age gap. And I was like, that's going to be my husband. An inner space, divine revelation, that's going to be my husband. I just knew it when I was 9 years old. Fast forward, 2018, I'm 24. Mind you, my soul put it on my heart space to practice abstinence, to not have sex until marriage. When I was a kid, I was like, I want to wait till marriage until I have sex. And I know that was divine revelation as well. And what do? We teeter and evolve through contrast. So I align with thought patterns and intentions that were in different energy waves or vibrational frequential throngs of energy that we're out of alignment with being able to pull off practicing abstinence. Whatever energies we align with, they animate our body and co-create how we show up in reality. I wanted to practice abstinence. It was heavy on my heart. Like, hey, wait till marriage to have sex. Because you, like, full circle moment, now I understand why. Our bodies are sacred portals. Whenever we engage with sex with anyone, we become an open portal, an open vessel, channeling in all types of energies and intentions from the Akashic record of both of the individuals involved. None of my business. My soul said all of the individuals, baby, to my mind, it's none of my business. It's gonna resonate with somebody. It's gonna resonate with somebody. My soul said all the individuals. It's gonna resonate with somebody. None of my business. With both of the individuals, all of the individuals involved. Whenever you engage in a sexual activity, you become an open portal, open vessel for both of the individuals, all of the individuals involved. You become an open portal where energies, the Akashic records, or the energetic history of all the beings involved, both of the beings, all of the beings involved. You become an open portal where your Akashic record, or your soul's histories, your soul's intentions become intertwined and they create another energy, an accumulation energy, manifesting whatever it is. Those energies manifest when they come together. So it's extremely sacred. Sexual encounters is extremely sacred. Extremely, extremely. Why? Because on a soul level, we have intentions on what we're going to create when we incarnate. We have things on a soul level that we came here to do. We have mastery to pull this off. I'm mastered enough to come here and be a cure for cancer and provide the cure for cancer. I'm mastered on a soul level enough to come to be human culture and assist with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. All of us are. That's why it's done. When we align with frequencies and co-create energies that can throw us out of balance or out of alignment with our soul's intentions to be wellness and balance, and align us with karmic lessons to learn that might not have even been our lesson to learn, but you lay down with a person, their familiar lineage had a karmic lesson to learn. You lay down with that person, now it's your lesson to learn as well. And it puts you in cycles. Repetitive cycles of learning lessons, which can stagnates your rise to your divine awareness, your limitless potentials, or waking up in a dream, aligning with and embodying energies, aligning with frequential band patterns, raising up out of the density of that gestational sac where we had death, disease, war, famine, poverty, pedophilia, sex trafficking, human trafficking, all of these thought patterns of lack, destitution, all these energies that fed us, thought patterns of lack, destitution. We're able to rise up out that energy. We're created to eventually rise, not live a whole lifetime in the throng, which is what we used to do. And when we had midlife crisis back in the day, before we in this biblically prophesied fulfilled time, second coming of Christ, mild we prophesied fifth world, turn of the Yuga, Yoruba ancestors waking up from the inside. Before we in this biblically prophesied fulfilled time, we would have one time where we would raise up an octave a little bit. And we're like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? We call this a midlife crisis. We turn 50 and we're like, I don't even like this life like that. Why am I living like this? We remembering, like, shit, I'm supposed to be doing something different. We're created to grow and evolve into heightened conscious awareness of our limitless potentials, heightened divine intelligence, heightened divine sentience, daily, momentarily, often. To be frequencies, emanations of wellness and balance, divine remembrance. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking, human culture energy. Where lack, destitution, fear, suffering, poverty can't dwelleth within our existence, within our realm, within divine creation, because our energies don't allow it, don't sustain it, don't support it. Why? Because we learn, we garner the wisdoms from everything we experience. Everything that we experience is divine inheritance to be introspected, reflected upon, to garner the wisdoms as to why I experienced this, why did I show up like this, to uncover the wisdoms. Nothing's bad, nothing's demonic. Everything's a lesson. Everything's ancient ancestral energies, ancient ancestral inheritance to be unveiled, to be uncovered, to be shined light upon. The darkness, we shine light upon it to garner the wisdoms from the darkness. My soul put it heavy on my heart to practice abstinence. I did not want to talk about this here because I have family members here. You're going to be all right, Ashley. My soul put it heavy since I was a kid to practice abstinence. Wait till I was married. Because I'm waiting till I'm married. And I talk about this in my podcast because I didn't end up waiting until I was married. And I used to be resentful with myself, with divine, with my soul, with God. When I had the divine encounter in 2018, we're going to get to it. But I started going through a rapid spiritual awakening where I started remembering my divine remembrance. And I cataloged in the podcast from like 2020. My soul was like, Ashley, you need to heal. I started healing, seeking God inside, zealotry. 80% of my existence, now 90, 95, 99% of my existence, I'm seeking God inside to be divine remembrance, which is a perpetual, infinite, limitless journey. Because we are infinite, we are limitless. The Kingdom Things podcast is a catalog of my divine remembrance as I awaken. I share it in the podcast to be a resource for all of humanity as we awaken. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify. It was placed heavy on my heart to practice abstinence, and I got to the point where I'm awakening 2020, 2021, 2022. I'm having these deep, conscious dialogues with the divine, with my soul, with the oneness of all things. Like, why did this turn out like this? But divine, I wanted to wait till marriage. Why did this happen? Hey, Ashley, there's things I needed you to understand. When it came to the energetic workings of this realm of humanism, you would be, my soul said, you would be completely clueless about your divine remembrance, the divine inheritance, your divine purpose. If you didn't understand, have the experience, the conscious awareness experience within this incarnation, this lifetime, to refer to introspect, reflect on, to garner the wisdoms, to be prepared for your divine inheritance, or to be a mouthpiece for the divine as we awaken in the masses, to share my wisdoms and energy, to assist as we be a resource as we awaken in the masses. Whatever resonates with your heart space, great. Whatever doesn't at this time, that's great as well, because any given moment, any given season in which we are, we're all playing our part to grow and evolve all things into more wellness and balance. And so it is. Ashe, Amen, Shalom, Inshallah, Bismillah, Mashallah, Namaste, Amen. So the podcast is titled Foregoing the Ideology of Sin. Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole is Foregoing the Ideology of Sin. God's like, everywhere that you've shown up, everything you've ever done, it was intentional, extremely intentional. It's part of the makings of you. What did we say earlier? Gems form under pressure. Wine forms under pressure, stomping on the grapes. Alchemy to evolve and create. It's combustion. God's like, everywhere you've ever shown up, I need you to own it. So I can shape you and make you be like, my soul be like alabaster, Ashley. I want to shape and mold you. The divine says, I want to shape and mold you. I need you to own who you are. Garner the wisdoms for who you are. So you can decide and be more limitless, well-balanced, evolved versions of who you are. 2018, I had a divine encounter. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, go celibate. Now I'm about to do a TMI. This is new for Facebook community, but I talk about this in my podcast. I've had 3 sexual partners, right? I wanted to have one, my divine counterpart. God's like, hey, Ashley, there's things I needed you to learn. So, hey, this is what happened. I need you to own it. I'm still working on owning it. And I understand because I garner so many wisdoms when because I used to disassociate with these experiences, especially when I started awakening. When I started spiritual awakening, I started running into energies, how we used to think in spirituality, where it's like sin. That's why God said, foregoing the ideology of sin. Where in all of us in past lives, we've been a preacher, a priest, a nun, a preacher. All of us have experienced these energies where we would cast shame, doubt, resentment, shade on these things that we call adultery, sin, fornication. So I started disassociating with my experiences. And then I recently started owning them and our wholeness and how we are all one. We have 0 degrees of separation. Everyone we've experienced was showing us dimensions of ourselves, putting a microscope on ourselves to show us dimensions of ourselves that we didn't see outside of that dynamic, outside of that relationship. So we can garner the wisdoms, ask ourselves, introspect, reflect on the experience with the person, with ourselves, what we created, to garner the wisdoms from our experience, to grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness of the God presence in which God His presence in which we all are. So I started owning our oneness, how we're all one in God. It allowed me to, it's allowing me, because this is fairly new. It's allowing me to open up to the divine remembrance, divine inheritance that each experience I've ever had manifested to teach me about myself, to teach me about humanism, to teach me about God. Myself, humanism, God, we are one. I'll get divine downloads or divine revelations. Like, hey, remember this person? Yeah, y'all both, you know, this energy, y'all came to magnify this imbalance, to garner the wisdoms from it. Yeah, y'all don't, yeah. It's a lot of dimensions. Many dimensions. 2018, my soul say, hey, Ashley, go celibate. We're going to bring your divine counterpart in. Did it. Gabby Douglas flipped it. Simone Biles twisted, gold medal Olympian. To this day. Which hasn't been hard, because I've been asking the questions, because I wasn't tripping, because I've always been super conscious about my sexual partners. I introspected, reflected, like, why did I do that? What you know? And I've always been super conscious about this, so it hasn't been hard for me to be celibate. In a way that I spent this time, this energy, to remember myself, ask the questions to my inner space. And our sexual energy is our creator energy or our God energy. So I spent this time to garner the wisdoms from the energy, divine revelations, divine remembrance from the energy, to embody and be more wellness, more balance. Who I was created to be in God, the divine. Telling you a bit about my spiritual awakening. So 2018, divine encounter, hey, go celebrate, we bring your person in. At this time, I didn't know twin flame. I didn't know divine counterpart. I just got the divine revelation from my inner space. Hey, that's going to be your husband. I was 9 years old. I held on to it all my life in my heart space. It was seated in my heart space. Knitted. Sewn into the fibers of my existence. So like, I never forgot it. And like all the huge decisions of my life, my soul would always be like, hey, if you do this, there's a good chance y'all won't come together. If you do this, then we can bring y'all together here. Da, da, da. My whole life, all my biggest decisions, I made it through, you know, I would introspect, reflect, to meet my divine inheritance, or coming to my divine remembrance. Because full circle moment, I awakened. Channel Twin Flames plus the 2029 Prophecy, Kingdom Things Podcast. God's like, twin flames, one soul, two bodies, your omnipotent presence in and of your manifestation, but you are harmonizing frequential patternings. You amplify wellness, you amplify energies for me to co-create, move, shape, evolve things rapidly on an omnipotent level in different realms, spaces, places within my divine creation. So I'll see twin flames in places to make rapid, God level, magnificent, miraculous changes and shifts of existence. Evolution, DNA patternings, realms, baby, rearranging the colors of matrices quickly, swiftly, masterfully, omnificently. Twin Flames plus the 2029 Prophecy states, hey, Twin Flames took on heavy human imbalances to live your lives with the inquisitive disposition to quickly evolve these imbalances into balance. To meet the 2029 Prophecy, where you're humans of planet Earth, you're awakened and you're welcomed back into conscious galactic citizenship. Being a conscious galactic colony, conscious galactic culture, conscious galactic beings of galactic creation being a minute sliver of omnipotent divine creation. Simultaneously, galactic creation is omnipotent in and of itself, but we are a dimension of limitless potentials. We're not the whole thing, galactic creation. Twin Flames for the 2029 Prophecy, we're going to be open contact with galactic beings from our creation, and we've healed so rapidly. I channeled this in 2021. We healed so rapidly, the prophecy has been moved up to 2026. 2025, 2026. Later in this year, we're going to have an event, 2025. And then 2026, prophecy alert. We've always been multidimensional beings. Our governments have always been, for eons, been co-creating with multidimensional extraterrestrial beings. They're not extraterrestrial. Not all of them are extraterrestrial, because some of them dwell within planet Earth. The realm of planet Earth, they're just in different dimensions of the light spectrum, beyond what we were able to perceive of the light spectrum before, of creation. This is part of my spiritual awakening journey. I haven't always been enlightened as I am today. And again, enlightenment is a forever journey. I haven't always been remembered as I am today. Divinely aligned, divinely embodying divine intelligence, divine remembrance, divine creativity. Haven't always been as awakened as I am today. The authoritarian rule has been a galactic imbalance. Mashiach. The resurrection of King David's lineage, global monarchy, galactic divine monarchy, galactic divine monarchy. My soul said that's fine. All things are divine. That's why I said all things are divine. Galactic divine monarchy. Pause. Press the pause button. Galactic divine monarchy, prophesied resurrection, the time of the Messiah, Messianic era, Mashiach, galactic divine monarchy. Now my soul then told me, hey Ashley, there's other beings with similar stories, or there's other royal houses incarnated on the planet. There's other royal houses, there's other galactic divine royal houses incarnated on the planet. They have a similar, they're being told a similar, they're being told, remembered into a similar story as your own, from their DNA, from their soul space. I channeled that there's 12 twin flame couples, 24 beings that are leading the way energetically into divine remembrance as we activate cellular DNA energetically into higher frequential patterning remembrance of our divine omnipotent presence. A little bit ahead of the curve of the masses. Not to be above the masses, but to magnetize all of humanity into heightened awareness of our divine remembrance. 144, part 1, part 2. This is where I got my divine inheritance, my divine remembrance of what I came to create, how I came into, blossomed back into creation to contribute to all of divine creation, all of galactic creation. My soul is like, hey, Ashley, you and your twin flame, your divine counterpart, you're the leading family of the 144,000. Meaning you have a responsibility, Devduta, God-gifted responsibility, to lean into your divine wisdoms, embody your divine wisdoms, consciously live zealotry or seeking God, to become a greater, more consciously aware, consciously embody divine presence or limitless potentials, to assist with manifesting no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, Kardashian scale colony. The Kardashian, if you don't know what the Kardashian scale is, it is a scale that was channeled, my soul said channels like this was gifted to humanity. So that y'all understand y'all have a benevolent disposition to continue to grow and evolve infinitely, boundlessly. The Kardashian is an astronomer. He channeled the Kardashian scale, which lays out a paradigm to be able to perceive the evolution and growth of a galactic colony, galactic civilization based off of the amount of its own energy in which the galactic colony, galactic civilization is able to utilize towards its growth and evolution. Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, Kardashian scale colony is what we're prophesied to remember that we are. As we raise our vibrations, we align with frequencies, embodiments of self to manifest and align with realities that reflect the heightened, conscious, aware, divinely aligned, universally assigned, galactic community, galactic culture, galactic colony of the cosmos of divine creation, of limitless potentials. My soul said, you and your family, you're your twin flame, y'all are a leading energy. You're a leading energy. Before, at the time when I first got this prophecy, my soul was like, hey, Ashley, how humanism, even galactic creation, how y'all did king and queen, that's not how we're doing it in this era of God's creation. The prophecy of a resurrected king and queen of the planet, me and my divine counterpart. I got this prophecy, I was scared of it. Still scared of it. I talk about it. I'm still scared of it. When I first got the prophecy, it was like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. My soul said it's a 1,000-year prophecy. It's now been moved up like 50 years, in 50 years. And we're already in regeneration consciousness. We're just all aligning it to it as universally aligned, universally assigned for our soul's journey, We are all on an authentic soul journey, but on the masters, we'll be aligned to it in by 2029. I'll speak 2029, being God to say 2029. We'll have the remembrance that we are a regenerating colony, a regenerating species, where our cells, our molecular structure, our beingness regenerates, not decay, doesn't decay. So like 50 years, king and queen of the planet, Mashiach, messianic era. My soul's like, the way y'all see king and queen, that's not how we're doing it. Let me teach you, let me show you, let me grow you into this role, into this role. The divine said you're a divine mother. We are all divine mothers and fathers, humanity. God's like, the divine mother, I created you to be a vessel, a portal of divine wisdoms, limitless potentials. Whatever you need to know, whenever you need to embody, you're a portal to embody the wisdoms, remembrances, to become, be, create, whatever it is you're becoming, being, creating on a soul level, omnipotent level, to assist with growth and evolution of all of human culture, all of planet Earth, all of galactic creation, all of God's creation. So I see Trump saying he wants to be king. And putting a magnifying glass on our human nature, our human culture. It's like, this is what my soul is talking about. We're not doing it like this. So what do? We take accountability. We're like, oh shit, Trump's showing us dimensions of ourselves. We've seen this. Cycle after cycle, generation after generation. Listen, generation after generation. This is not new activity. We've seen this. We still have it in place on our planet. It's still active, prevalent. People live like this. Authoritarian rules, dictatorships, people live like this. Cultures live like this. We're no longer ignoring ourselves. Okay, shit, we're being mirrored ourselves. Okay, accountability, check. I take accountability. So what can this teach me about myself? Let the divine wisdom stream in. Divine remembrance stream in. The soul was like, we gonna commandeer Trump. Remind him that he's limitless potentials. Tell him he can take his mask off and stop scaring folks. We remember. We remember Trump. We remember who we are. Thanks so much, buddy, for showing. Thanks for helping us remember who we are. Thanks, bud. We can take our mask off and we can be we can be divine remembrance. Thank you so much, buddy. This is where we get into the practical application of multidimensionality. We're being shown these dimensions of ourselves. We have dimensions on our planet that actually live like this. And another dimension, that's their dimension, where authoritarian leadership and rule is how they actually live. That's their dimension of reality. We come over to our dimension as United States citizens, and we're in an uproar, we're in a tizzy, because we're being mirrored how this came into creation on the other realms of our planetary existence. We're being mirrored how these other dimensions came into existence. We're being asked, is this what we want to be? Understanding we have 0 degrees of separation from the other authoritarian dictator rulerships around the planet. We can't sit back in our country and just act like we're and disassociate from what's going on our planet, like we're detached, like we're better than, like we're above. We're not. We've never been. And we're being shown this. Hey, this can happen to you too. Who do you want to be? Atone with yourself. Go into your inner space. Pray, meditate to embody the energies of change, of difference, to manifest change and difference. Evolution, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. I can't just speak on the prophesied king and queen of the planet like I just know everything about it, because I'm being taught. I don't know. I'm being shown, I'm being remembered every step of the way, step by step, day by day. And this is the experience being a universal creator being, a divine creator being, or God. I don't know. I'm given the wisdoms. I'm given the direction to play my part. It's all about all of us going to our inner space to play our part. Get our divine manuscript. New lines, new roles. Higher vibrational frequential patterning, understanding of who we are. Higher vibrational frequential patterning, beingness, actions. To mirror the omnipotent presence in which we actually are. We've always been. So I seen that. I was like, whoa. I see, I perceive. My soul's like, we're not doing it like that. I've been telling this last 3 years, my soul's like, we're not doing. I was like, shit, I agree. I've been healing about it. It's in the podcast, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole. I actually channeled about the first time I channeled the prophecy. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, speak the prophecy, the king and queen prophecy. I was like, I'm scared. I actually said it in the podcast. I made it out. It's called Made It Out. Kingdom Things Podcast, Made It Out. It's audio style. So I'm living my life and I'll get divine revelations and I record it in my voice memos and I amalgamate the voice memos to make the audio style. It's like over an hour long. It's at the end. It's the last like 15 minutes where I give the king and queen prophecy. I was like, I'm scared. My soul said, Ashley, say it. And I did. I did. My soul said, say it. My soul wasn't that aggressive. My soul said, say it, Ashley. I did. I've been sharing my divine remembrances, how existential nature of reality, how to supersede time and space through your mind and your energy. That this installment, I do it in many installments. I'm being guided to mention Kingdom Things Podcast, Lucid Dreams is the title. It's also audio style, amalgamated voice memos. And then Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, Time Warriors, and many other podcasts where I share existential wisdoms on how you can supersede time and space using your thought patterns and your energetic embodiment. A lot of existential wisdoms. It's like, this is what I created Divine Mother, Divine Father to be. Divine remembrance. Share your divine remembrance, your divine wisdoms, your divine intellect. And remind humanity, hey, this is not off the strength of you. Of, you know, who you think you are at any moment. I'm being tutored and taught by my soul every step of the way. Guided by my soul every step of the way. That's why I incessantly say I channel. I use my psychic ability, shamanism, connection, divine intimacy with myself for all things. Because I don't know the answers. I know where to go. I'm F-U-L-L, full, which means I'm one with all things. I go to my inner space for guidance and direction. I'm also F-O-O-L, meaning I don't know anything. But I know where to go for guidance and wisdoms and knowledge and understandings. Oh yeah, it's because our souls. Like, why do you get this prophecy? My soul told me, hey, y'all had this prophecy because our souls are the makers of us, or they're like our movie reel. Our souls are our inner how we embody or energetically show up in any moment is all preordained through our soul energy, our soul's existence, our soul's history. My soul's like, it's y'all soul's history is why. I channel about this in Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. The installment's called Harmonic Convergence. It is lecture style. I am channeling, but I'm not traditionally transcendentally channeling, meaning I have my eyes open, but soul speaking to me through me. And that's where my soul shared, like, hey, you and your divine counterpart, y'all soul frequency, y'all soul's energy, y'all soul frequency, you have a frequency in your soul that's ancient. Ancient, and it has a lot of wisdoms to be able to do this job, to be able to manifest this existence, the way it's manifesting as your authentic frequential patterning and your divine counterpart's authentic patterning. Y'all souls are the prerequisite as to why this is y'all's life, this is y'all existence. We're also ambassadors for the human being of planet Earth and Galactic Council, Galactic Universal Council. How reality works, there's infinite ways of how reality works. I'm going to share with you my experience of superseding space and time to perceive the future, see the future, to embody the energies of the future, to bring the future into the present moment. It's energy, energetic embodiments. So whenever my soul needs me to perceive something or learn something, I'm a portal. We're all portals of energy. I'll be channeled through energy, so embody the energy so I can perceive it, I can see it. Through my ESP, Shaman Mama, I can perceive it. Whether it's astral travel, visions, clairvoyance, visions or clairvoyance or clairsentience, where I just read energy, I know things through the feeling. However, or synesthesia, where it's just a combination of all these things and I just understand it. I've been able to perceive the future. And my soul's told me, hey, y'all, my soul gave me this prophecy also, like, hey, y'all are ambassadors for the human being of planet Earth and Galactic, Celestial, Universal Council. And what it is, it's like we're representations of the evolution of humanity. Because understand there are infinite species and galactic beings that are watching us awaken. And they're like, what are y'all going to contribute to galactic civilization, galactic community? They want to know, like, what are y'all going to contribute? And we represent for all of humanity. It's us and many other beings, human beings. We represent Galactic Universal Council for humanity, to share with galactic universal existence what humanity's bringing to the table, who we are, what we are, so we can learn and grow together. My whole thing was like, hey, so you sure everybody's not doing this? Because I was like, I don't want to hog this. I don't want to gatekeep this position. A galactic, human ambassador, an ambassador for the human being of planet Earth and Galactic Celestial Universal Council. I was like, I don't want to gatekeep this. Like, yeah, there's other beings also doing it on the planet. My soul was like, hey, actually, not all beings want this position. I was like, are you sure? It's so cool. Are you sure? My soul was like, yeah, not all beings. Because I was like, shoot, I don't want to suffocate nobody's existence. I was like, shoot. I was like, yeah, I'm excited, to do it. And I'm gonna share a couple of my experiences where I've seen into the future. I've astral traveled to experience the future in the present moment. And time and space is our paradigm. Like the way we perceive time and space is it's a part of the makings of us. I say that to say I've had astral meetings, me and my divine counterpart. I don't know if he wants me to say this all out loud like this, but I'm doing it anyway. We're gonna bring it all out in the open. We had a meeting with Universal Celestial Galactic Forces a few weeks ago, maybe a little bit over a month now. It was powerful. It's like they pulled us out of space and time. It was so fucking cool. I would have been scared if I hadn't experienced before on a different level. Reality happens in evolutions, revolutions. So I've experienced this before, but it wasn't as vivid as this last time. The first time I experienced it consciously, it was in my sleep state. I astral traveled to the Galactic Federation of Light meeting. And when I woke up, I remembered it and it felt so vivid. Because whenever we go to our sleep state, understanding where our conscious awareness is focused in another dimension of creation. Understanding we're in our awake state here, it's still a dream state. When we're in our awakened state in this reality. And that's something that it was hard for me to appreciate before, because it stoked up fear with me before. Because how do we quantify our existence? How do we identify ourselves, period? Through our paradigms of how we understand reality and ourselves. So understanding that the way we perceive time and space, it's a paradigm that's super malleable. I was afraid of it. I was like, I'm super malleable? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's not to be afraid of it, it's to appreciate it. You're limitless. We're limitless. We can be anything. We all have soul level desires and paths. So we're not lost in an abyss of, I don't know what to do with my limitless nature. We have soul level journeys to travel, to be, to embody, to contribute towards the evolution of all things, or limitless potentials, or divine creation, most commonly termed Hashem, Shekinah, Prime Source, the Most High, within our realm of creation. We had this meeting with Galactic Universal Council. And I perceived, they pulled us out of space and time. And it's wild, because me and my twin flame, my divine counterpart, we were speaking telepathically. We were having a telepathic conversation. I really didn't even want to talk. But full circle moment, hindsight 2020, the Galactic Council wanted to put us together. They wanted to speak to us. They wanted to perceive how we interacted, how our energies interacted, and they wanted to speak to us, right? I was in a pissy mood. I didn't feel like talking. God understands. I understand. And I perceive it, and I'll be like, okay, I want to get up. I want to supersede this. I don't want to be like, I don't want to, I want to supersede, What is this trying to teach me about myself? This pissy mood I'm in right now. This upsettiness I'm feeling right now. So he pulled us about a space and time where it was like a synesthesia experience where I was actually walking outside. I was in nature, and baby, in my mind's eye, baby, vividly, I felt the energies, the forces, and then, baby, next thing you know, I'm in a boardroom, universal galactic boardroom, and there's all types of beings, all types of shapes and forms and dimensions. One of them looked etheric. Some of them I couldn't even really make it out, but I was like, shoot, that's powerful. I was like, whoa, shit. And they were like, we're checking up on you. We're checking up on y'all. We know y'all's the prophecy on y'all's existence. Y'all are. They were being cheeky, but they're like, y'all are hired. You're hired for universal council of representatives for humans of planet Earth. They're like, y'all are hired. They're being cheeky. I was like, thank you. They were just kidding. They were like, it's already a part of your soul's path. We're just like introducing ourselves, introducing our energy. We want to say hi to y'all. Give y'all this experience as y'all awaken, the remembrance of your omnipotent potentials. Now, I would have been scared because it was so powerful and so multidimensional. I would have been scared had I not have experienced this a few times before. The first time I experienced it, I was in my sleeping state. And I was in a Galactic Federation of Light boardroom. I was sitting across the table from this man. He looked like a human being. He looked like he had a bald head. He was fair skin. We was perceived as European, but his energy, I was like, oh shit, he's not human though. He's not human. His energy is different. I was like, whoa, he's just smiling. I was like, oh, his energy is so different. He is not from planet Earth human. If he is, it's a different dimension. I was like, his energy was like palpable, striking. It was like different. I was like, shit. I was like, whoa. I was just sitting there. And full circle moment, existence happens in revolutions. We had this like a month and 2 weeks ago. Had this experience. It's like I don't know what to do in my mind. I've just been given instructions. I know that my job is to grow and evolve into more conscious awareness and choosing wellness and balance and joy, soul level joy. Like, what did I come here to create on the soul level? Keep these intentions in mind. Keep these intentions intended. Upliftment and regeneration of all things. To experience realities beyond what we thought was possible. We just see it as sci-fi and make-believe. As we align with a bigot disposition on how we perceive ourselves in reality. Bigoted meaning obstinate, stark, dense, obstinate views on ourselves in reality. That's why we only perceived a baby small iota of the light spectrum, because of our belief systems. We're now awakening. To our multidimensionality, our psychic abilities, our divine presence, our limitless potentials. To be wellness and balance. Everything in our reality is a mirror. It's so cool. It's so beautiful. And I have gratitude. I lean back into gratitude. Because all the while I've been following my internal guidance. My soul's like, hey, Ashley, you have one more chance to unite with your twin flame. Become everything I created you to be. Follow your internal guidance. It's like 3-4 years ago now. It's like, okay. Started healing more. Started the podcast. Still not as awakened as I am now. Because going to evolve into greater conscious awareness every moment. But moving off of faith. I channel all my stuff is channelings, but I channel about the prophecy that was guided. I put in place in my heart, channel to say reformation of the church and the state. Channeled this back in 2024. It's like the Vatican. It was like the prophecy was like the Vatican is going to experience karmic retribution because they know and they have great awareness that we're all one with God, one in God. But they perpetuate narratives that people are separate from God. So Spirit was like, you know, the Church, the Vatican is going to experience karmic retribution. Lo and behold, rise in heavily transition, love and wellness. Pope Francis transcended in 2025, May of 2025. And they brought in Pope Leo. Spirit's like, we had to do this because Pope Francis wasn't hearing the message, or he wasn't saying it. He wasn't giving the prophecy, the message, that this is the time, this is the second coming. Go into your inner space to remember who you are in God, to rise in your holy presence, all beings, all things. Pope Francis wasn't giving that message. So like, shit, we got to bring Pope Leo in. So Pope Francis transcended April 2025. And brought Pope Leo in, he just put out a message. He was like, I was in deep prayer. And it was placed on my heart to give this prophecy about the United States of America. It's like, Trump is not your leader. He's not to be idoled. I was told Trump is not to be idolized or worshipped, or to be looked at as the answer or the victimizer. Trump is your mirror. Trump is our mirror. Decide who we want to be. Go into our inner states and pray, atone. Exactly what I've been teaching in my podcast. But what's been placed in my heart to share in my podcast. I was like, whoa. My soul said, this is for you, Ashley. To let you know that this is real. And we know you've been moving off of faith. We know you had a lot of doubt too. You're in a realm of density where you're moving through energies that feed you thoughts of lack. My podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, is available to stream on YouTube and Spotify for free. Offering whatever resonates with your heart is great. Whatever doesn't at this time, you can leave it. It's fine. We are the second coming. We are a prophecy fulfilled. My soul said, say your twin flame name. I said, no. Nope. He can do it. I'm gonna bestow that honor upon him. I'll bestow the honor. I'm not, baby. I'm no way, Jose. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. I'm not doing that. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna do that. He can do it himself. Now, I have channel transmissions where I said his name, but I put them on private. Now, when he comes out, he says it to the public masses the way he wants to do it. Baby, you know, he's already known on the planet. I think he should have the honors of doing that. You know, sharing with the world new dimensions of himself. Let him do that, not me. I'm not gonna squander that, crush that, like mess that up for him. He can do that. He can do this. It's a powerful moment. Let him do it. However he wants to do that, let him do that. There's a transmission because I channeled our future selves. The future versions of ourselves. And baby, I cried. I put it on private. When he comes out, he shares. I'll put it back on public view. It's the Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips transmission. Now, it is prophetic, so I really need to go ahead and edit it. And put it on, edit it and repost it. The parts without his name. I'll just blank out his name. I'll bleep out his name. And I'll repost it. Baby, I cried over because I've been moving off of faith. Because our souls have been keeping us apart in the physical reality. I've been being pissy about it too. I thought he was, you know, I thought he was just getting on my nerves. I thought he was being disrespectful, not understanding what he got the gift that's been bestowed onto him, the blessing that is me. I thought he just didn't understand it. Like, no, we had to keep y'all apart until we get this energetic, this alchemy right. Yeah, because when y'all come together, y'all amplify the energy that you are. So we want to make sure it's well, safe for all beings and things. I thought he just didn't know what he had. He knows what he has. I know he does, but we're in a reality of duality, all the things. But I speak wellness. Now I learned my lesson Oh, baby, I learned, baby, and I'm practicing it. Because these are ancestral energies we're moving through. Women, let's talk. Did y'all know the man manifests in our image? The way we think about the man is how he manifests. And we kind of know this. Because what do we say in our culture? Like, men, what do they want? They want, like, the jobs that they get, the way they dress, what the car they drive. A lot of it is predicated on the woman that they want. The woman that they want. The spouse that they want. The partner that they want. The divine is like, y'all got the keys, divine mothers, divine feminists, women. Y'all got the keys. The way y'all speak and think about yourselves and about the man, understanding yourself and the man are one. The way you think about yourself and the man is how y'all manifest in reality. So, baby, I've been practicing it heavy. Whenever negative, like, you know, self-abusive, self-destructive thoughts come up, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to think that. But he's getting on my fucking nerves. What is he trying to show you about yourself, Ashley? And then I got to hop back into that. I'm like, you show right, baby. It's alchemy. What is he trying to show you about yourself? Yo, lean back into the wisdom. Lean back into the wisdom. Lean back into the wisdom. Because we mirror to each other the way reality works. Like, we'll have we've been having the same conversation for the last 2 years. Like, literally. And then I started to say, hey, we've had this conversation like 10, 15, 20, 30 times. So I was like, we were wondering, were you going to say something? Baby, I was just going along with the program, obviously. I was just going on with the program. I was like, hey, we've had this conversation a million times. Let's go ahead and act on it. Thank you. Sure, we wondering, were you going to say something? Yeah, we've had the same conversation 50 times. 50 times. I don't know if I want to share the conversation. I don't know if I want to share the combo. It's not that big of a deal. But it's like, he's supposed to come see me. Because God's like, hey, when you remember who you are, I'm going to send him to you, to your doorstep. I'm going to send him to you, Ashley. I was like, okay. I wrote a whole song about it called Full Circle Moment. Now streaming Ashley-Nicole music on YouTube. I'm also a singer-songwriter. I heal in the spirit and I channel my wisdoms, healing frequency into my music. Do not replace your professional medical advice for my music either. It's called Full Circle Moment. Standing at my front door. It's a country song. Looking as fine as you do. All the while, I knew my person was you. And still, it feels like a full circle moment. I thrive as I feel my emotions, Maya Angelou. I rise, full circle moment. Connected to the creator, heart and mind. I understood that you would be sent to me when the time was aligned. Full circle moment. Everything I've been through was to shift me to what I grew to. Full circle moment. So I'm expecting him to show up at my front door, baby. Just ding dong. Hello. Baby. And the way he set up his divine evolution, which I appreciate because it makes him who he is and who God, or all things intended him to be, who he intended to be on the soul level. The way he showed up, baby. Prince Hakeem, like, you know, I'm not gonna throw flowers at your feet, sir. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna throw flowers at, no, sir. Okay, I'm the princess. I'm the queen. I'm the royalty. I'm just kidding. That's the energy. We gotta face it. I'm mirroring y'all to yourself. I don't be acting like that. I like every time we have a conversation, I'll say heart-centered. I was like, shit, I just be say heart-centered and I be in prayer and meditation every time we have a conversation. I'll be like, so I don't want to blow up. Because there was phases when we've had this conversation where I blew the fuck up. And I would curse him out telepathically over text and everything. I'd be like, and I learned, hey, self-mastery, emotional mastery. I stay heart-centered every time we have a conversation. The way he set up, he expected me to do what he wanted me to do. And I'm like, I have inner guidance. Like, I understand it. I get it. That's a part of our divine counterpart shit. And I'm trying to fall and lean into it. But I feel like there's trust that we get to cultivate before I just, you know, just follow your lead. Because I'm a whole divine being myself. Like, I'm a whole limitless potential. You know, I'm a work in progress. We all are. This is a big thing. The dynamic between the man and the woman. We work through it, bring it into more balance and wellness. We work through it in our relationship. God's like, everywhere he shows up in the physical reality, understand he's manifesting dimensions of your soul. And I've grown really, let me hug myself and congratulate myself. I've grown, my soul's like, hug yourself, congratulate yourself. Because I've grown more masterful at alchemizing how he mirrors us to ourselves. Drop into my heart space to be the energetic solution, to manifest evolution in our mind, body, soul, spirit, to assist with growing humanity into more balanced, well, omnipotent remembrance, mind, body, soul, spirit, universally line, universally sign, for the upliftment and regeneration of all things. He be getting on my nerves. He used to get on my nerves. He doesn't get on my nerves anymore. I got to speak what I want to experience. So he would get on my nerves. He had the same conversation. Like, I'm not going to just start be outside. Like, you're supposed to come see me, for one. Come fly into my city, my state. My state, okay. Fly into my state. I'm just kidding, it's not my state. I'm from Texas, y'all. Oh, we got pride. Oh, we got some pride on us. Pride on us. Baby, you gotta say it to your gut, like you're a gospel singer. We got pride. We got pride. We got pride. Like somebody, auntie gospel singer, baby. We got pride. I'm from Texas, y'all. Texas pride. One thing, co-create with God, remember your divine presence, you got to let go of that pride. You got to drop that pride. Put it to the side. Baby, you got to soften up. Be soft to the touch to let those energies, divine energies, permeate your system. Permeate your system. I got Texas pride. I'm learning to let it go. This is a good life, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. Again, my name is Ashley-Nicole. I'm a channel for the divine. I'm actually the biblically prophesied Messiah. Hindu culture prophesied Kalki. Jewish culture prophesied Mashiach. Full circle moment alert. So are you. We are one. My podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole, is available to stream for free on YouTube as well as Spotify. We also have my music, Ashley-Nicole Music, available to stream for free on YouTube. Oneness Connection, Energetic Uplifting, Healing channel is available to stream for free on YouTube. We also have my books. I'm an author. I'm a published author. My books, The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, a 3-part book series as a part of my rapid spiritual awakening journey. The first 2 parts are Asia's story. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school, Manhattan Prep. The 3rd part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is my other half. My other half is a twin flame divine counterpart journey back home to God's side. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is available to purchase paperback as well as digital downloads. The Amazon bookstore, goes to the latest Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips transmission. In the description, you'll have the links to go purchase the digital downloads or the paperback copies. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truest truths. Get that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you be embodied more of your limitless potentials consciously. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye, y'all.